What's up? What's happening? Welcome to whatever the fuck this is. Um, Look at me. I look fancy. I look cinematic, and I can actually see that my camera is not level. It's um, it's annoying. Should I go level it? Um, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know what I'm recording right now. I'm messing with my lenses. So as you can see, I'm on a very wide aperture lens right now. Um, it's a background. It's all bokeh'd out, dude. So yeah, but it's a 35, and that's a little too long to use on my camera. The camera that I use as a webcam. I guess the camera that I use to record and to stream with. I have to sit way back here. You can't see, but my desk is at the tip of my fingers. So when I fully extend my arm, I shouldn't put my arm up like that. When I fully extend my arm, my desk is just touching the fingertips. So that's too far away. But I mean, I'm framed up great right here. This looks wonderful, I think. Um, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I was messing with lenses and the camera and all that stuff, procrastinating because I have lots of other things to be doing. Um, and I'm not overly productive this morning. Find myself procrastinating and finding reasons to not get stuff done. And this is another one. And I'm sitting here messing with lenses. Obviously, I'm not going to use this lens. I need to be at my desk. I'll probably use this lens. Although, oh, shit. This is a very nice lens. And the one that's on the camera right now is also a very nice lens. They're Zeiss. Zeiss. I can't fucking say it. Can't say his name. I don't give a shit. Zeiss. The one that's on right now is a Zeiss Distagon 35 f1.4. Beautiful lens. It's perfect for street photography. And it actually would probably be perfect for this if I was using a full frame camera as opposed to an APS-C camera. But since I'm using an APS-C camera, what that means for those of you who don't know, the sensor is smaller. Because the sensor is smaller, it changes the aspect ratio of the lens, right? So on a full frame camera, that 35 is perfect. I love 35. I think 35 and 85 might be the two focal lengths I think I have the most fun with. Maybe. And I shoot prime. I don't. I have a few zoom lenses, but most of them are fixed. So it's just one focal length, and you can't zoom in and out. You have to zoom with your feet, as they like to say in the photography world. So if I were using one of the cameras back there that you can't see right now because the creamy bokeh, this lens would be perfect, I think, for what I want it for. But since I can't use it on this camera, I might use this one. It's my Zeiss. This is a Milvis 21 f2.8, I think. What is it? It's also a Zeiss, Carl Zeiss. Zeiss. They make great fucking lenses, dude. Those sneaky fucking Germans. But this is, and both of the lens that's on the camera right now and the lens I'm holding in my hand are manual focus lenses. I don't have very many autofocus lenses either. So I don't have many zoom lenses, and I don't have many autofocus lenses. And my favorite lenses are prime, of course, because I said that earlier, and manual focus. The lens that is normally on that camera is just a shitty little kit lens. And it's zoom and it's autofocus and all that stuff. So I might just go right back to that one. There's really no need to put a expensive, fancy, high power lens on this fucking camera. But I was experimenting, playing around, seeing if I could, I don't know, make myself feel better. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure. But yeah. So this is a fancy lens that I might put on the camera, and use it. But I might just put the autofocus, the shitty kit lens back on. And the reason I might just go back to the autofocus camera is because it is easier to use it how I'm using it. For when I started doing this, I used manual focus lenses. And I think I actually did use this for a while. And I've discovered that I do like to have an autofocus lens because I do tend to move around a lot. I mean, that's why I have this microphone arm, because I move. And it just gives me more freedom to be able to do that. Rather than having to, go up and rack focus. Yeah, I think that could probably be distracting. And I think being like slightly out of focus can probably be distracting for some people. I mean, I don't know how many people watch my shit anyway. Not very many. I do know, and it's not very many. But out of the people who do watch, I don't know how many people care. I know there's at least one person out there who does care, because we've talked about photography before. So I know you probably do notice these things. But as far as everyone else is concerned, yeah, it probably doesn't make much of a difference anyway. It probably mostly is something I'm doing for myself. So yeah, whatever. I actually was going to record a podcast episode last night, but I didn't. And then I thought about it this morning for a while. I was like, yeah, I think I should record another episode. Because I like doing it, right? But I haven't yet. I'm working on recording a book right now that's not great. I've done one good book. All the other books I've done have been not great for one reason or another. Either the writing sucks or the writing sucks. But yeah, so I'm working on a book right now. Got a lot done yesterday. I actually deleted everything I had done the day before and restarted because I was messing around with my plugins in Audacity and changing up my workflow. So I discovered a new workflow that it's not ideal. I don't love it, but I don't think anything is ideal. I don't actually really love anything. Like, I have problems with everything. So you shouldn't be looking for perfection. You should be looking for efficiency, proficiency, ease, all these things. And then this morning I wrote a little bit. I'm working on music right now. The music that I started out with, that's some stuff I'm playing around with. I'm just kind of, I'm a bit scatterbrained this morning, a bit all over the place. Now I'm over here messing with lenses and shit for no fucking reason. I think I'm actually going to pause the recording and swap lenses. So if there's anyone out there watching this right now, you can see what it looks like through this lens, even though it's likely that you may have seen what it looks like through this lens before, but I've never told you that that's what's going on, that you're using this lens. This lens is a baller fucking lens, dude. I love this fucking thing. It's ultra wide, but it doesn't do the fisheye thing. It's rectilinear. That's a problem. Like with ultra wide lens photography, it's super easy to make a ultra wide lens that does the fisheye thing, like ultra barreled out. It's way more difficult in terms of like material that goes into a rectilinear lens like this that has the ultra wide viewing angle, but that doesn't do this like radical radial distortion, in fact. So these lenses tend to be expensive. These ultra wide rectilinear lenses tend to be expensive. Whereas I have a couple other ultra wides, a couple fisheye lenses that I've done photography with and video with. Never, actually, I think I did try to use my 18 millimeter once for like a webcam video cam, but I don't think that ever actually made it up public. But yeah, my 16 is definitely would not use it for this because it's just so fucked up looking. But that one's dope. That 16 millimeter actually gives you a 180 degree field of view. So like it's legitimately 180 degree field of view. So it's sick. So it's cool to play around with and do, I don't know, experimental shit with or whatever. But yeah, this 21 rectilinear is baller. Yo, it's great for real estate photography, which I don't do anymore. And I hope I never have to do again. It's not really great for any other type of photography that I've encountered. Well, I mean, architectural stuff and like, I don't know, design stuff or whatever. But the stuff that I actually like to do, which is, let's face it, basically just street photography and landscape photography. Those are the only two types of photography that I really like to do. This lens is not great for that. So I need to find a reason to have this lens. So if anyone has any suggestions, what's something I could do? I mean, it does force you to think differently when you approach street photography and landscape or nature photography. Like having this ultra wide changes, you know, like, oh, okay, like I can go out with a 35 and do street photography all day, or a 50. And I can go out with an 85 and do street photography all day and landscape all day. But yeah, forces you to think. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to pause. We're going to swap lenses, and then we'll keep going. Okie dokie, artichoke. Hold on. Let me do this. This is going to be funny. Watch. Oh, I'm super out of focus. Okay, there we go. We're recording again. See how different that is? And this is also wide open. This is 1.4. And the one that's on right now is 2.8. So that is one stop in aperture, and that is the difference that it makes. As far as the background being all creamy. It's a pretty big difference, isn't it? It's pretty crazy. I think the widest lens I have is a 9.5 to 50 9.5. I should put that on and let you guys see what that looks like. But that'd be impossible to focus. That's also a manual focus lens. But that'd be impossible to use as this because it's too long. And I would have to be like way back here in order to like be in frame. And I could set something up back there and measure it out and like dial in the focus and then just sit back there. But my mic doesn't reach that far. And that would just be way more work than I want to do. But see, like even right now, like I'm not in focus. Like now I'm in focus, but I don't want to sit this far back because once again, this is actually the same distance that I just was sitting. Figures desk. So this on the 35 versus the 21, that's the focal length. But let me actually sit where I need to sit to be using my desk properly. Okay, now I'm in focus. No, shit. No, I'm still not in fucking focus. Now I'm in focus. I mean, that's close enough. It's not dialed in, but it's close enough. But yeah. So here's this lens. And yeah, it's a fancy pants badass lens, motherfuckers. But I don't think I'm gonna use it. I think I will keep this shitty cheap kit lens. It's just fucking easier, dude. What is this? This is what are you, dude? Where are you? 16 to 50. f3.5 to f3x. So this is 16 to 50 millimeter zoom range and 3.5 to 6.3 aperture range. So I think I keep this like right around like 20 or 24 as far as focal length, and I try to keep it as close to wide open as possible. So it's usually at like f4-ish. Just because more light means a better image, right? That's the way photography works in general. Especially digital photography, especially this type of stuff like video, internet video. It's just easier to shoot wide open or as close to wide open as you can get because you get more light reaches the sensor, so you have a better image. It's a cleaner image. It tends to be a sharper image, a more legible image, a better looking image overall. And look, if anyone is watching this and you don't know what these numbers mean or these things, focal length and aperture, and ISO or ASA, like the speed, like right now I'm at, my shutter speed is 60, 1/60th. My ISO is 800, which is, I generally don't want to go any higher than that. I mean, I would like to be lower. Just because, again, the more light you have, the better your image is. So ISO in digital photography replicates in physical film. Film has a sensitivity rating to light, and that's ASA or ISO, and it's called speed. So like. Which is weird because there's also like the shutter speed. Shutter speed is different from ASA speed. So in film, there's different sensitivities. There's 64, there's 100, 200, 400, 800, 1600, blah, blah, blah. And then there's like in betweens, right? 540, 600, 1000, 1150. Anyway, but that's a measure of how sensitive the film is to light, to photons. And the reason it's called speed, so if you're shooting really fast film, that has a low ISO number. So like a 100, or even if you can get lower, go for it, 64 or whatever. And that determines how fast the image emerges in the medium itself, in the film itself. So different mediums are more sensitive to photons and they react quicker than others. And this is a chemical process. Like they do their chemical magic, and that's how, ASA speed is determined, ISO is determined. And it's pretty fucking reliable. Like it's not an exact thing, but it's pretty fucking reliable. And you want a more sensitive film for image clarity, legibility, for all the reasons of like the aesthetic reasons of photography. In general, the lower the ISO, the better the image is going to be. Now, of course, there's always intentional, you might want to go out and shoot 800 film for a specific reason, to get a specific look, to get it to achieve it in a specific aesthetic. That's where the artistry comes in, right? That's where really understanding your materials and your equipment really comes in to I have a desired result. These are the things I must do in order to achieve the desired outcome. But just in general, rule of thumb, the lower the ISO, the better the image is. So with digital photography, it's a simulation of this physical sensitivity. It is not the case that they change different sensors in general are all equally sensitive to light. Now, as the technology continues to progress, they're getting better and better at capturing photons and like transmitting information. And actually, I think all the camera manufacturers now are using algorithms and have been for some time to get lower ISO on the sensors. But in general, it used to be 200. Now it's 100. Like 100 is, the stock, simple, lowest ISO. Now, most cameras today actually go lower than that. And digital cameras back in the day also went lower than that, but it was always like algorithmic trickery. In general, 100 is as low as you're going to go unless you have like a fancy proper camera. But even then, it's like 64, unless you go into like extended range, which isn't as good, I think. So on my main camera, it actually goes down to 64. So I always want to shoot at 64 ISO, and I always want to shoot as close to wide open as I can get. And you just adjust the shutter speed. You either turn the shutter speed up so it goes quicker, or you turn it down so it goes a little bit slower. And the longer the shutter is open, the more time that your medium is exposed to light, the less likely you are to get a sharp, crisp image. That's why you want to be able to go as fast as possible. That's why more light is better when it comes to aperture. Aperture is the measure of how wide open the lens is. So in each lens, there's little blades that come out, and they look really cool. It looks like something on a spaceship. And they come out, and it's an iris. And iris is open, and iris is closed. So wide open is a low aperture. Like this is f2.8. So that's a ratio between the distance to the sensor or the film and the front of the lens. That's a ratio number. So this only does, the widest open this goes is 3.5, unless it's zoomed out to its maximum focal length, then it only goes to 6.3. Whereas the lens I'm using right now, you guys saw it in my hand, it's got a big old fucking opening on the front. That is 2.4. And this one, that's about the same size overall, the diameter of the lens. That one's a little wider, but the opening of the lens is about the same size as the one that's on right now. It's far bigger than the shitty zoom kit lens. But because it's actually further away from the sensor, that's what gives you the focal length, right? And so this is actually a 1.4. And if I were to, you probably won't even be able to see this. Where's the thing, dude? Where's the little thing, dude? Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to see that. Let's see. Can you see that? It's be interesting if you can. Can you guys see? What are you doing, homie? Okay, can you guys see? Oh, you can kind of see. Look in the lens. See how it's opening and closing? That is the aperture. See how it's irising open, irising shut. Wide open, all the way shut. That controls how much light reaches the sensor, because the image that comes out of this lens is always going to be the same. That's the way optics work. That aperture in there controls the amount of light that gets through. So you change aperture to control how much the focal plane, how much of the image or the captured scene is in focus. With a wider aperture, because it's less time, less of the captured image is in focus. With a narrower aperture, because it requires more time, so more light can reach the sensing medium, more of the scene is in focus. Isn't it interesting the way photography works? Yeah, so just for my purposes, for this internet video, whatever, the more light, the better. The quicker, the better. So the faster the shutter speed, the better. The wider the aperture, the better. The lower the ISO, the better. And this is why I'm thinking about lenses. This is not why I'm thinking about lenses. I'm thinking about lenses because I needed a justification for not getting anything done this morning. And I landed on fucking around with camera lenses. I think I'm definitely going to go back to the shitty kit lens. Cuz yeah, the autofocus. It's kind of a no-brainer, dude. Like if I sat still, I would prefer to have this lens on. I prefer this look. And look, it doesn't look great, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you know, what am I working with here? Hey, I get no respect. Hey, or what the fuck ever, dude. Um, but yeah. For my purposes here, this is gonna be ideal because look, when I'm here at my desk, you know what I'm saying. I'm on these fucking long fucking streams all day long. You know what I'm saying. I'm moving around, dude. I'm a little antsy boy. You know, I'm uncomfortable, or I get excited and I'm like, yo, motherfuckers, I gotta tell you this thing. Or I sit back because I'm all emotional and shit. I get in my feelings and I try to hide, and then I'm like, well, I can't fucking hide because I'm actually like supposed to be here, like talking to people and doing shit. But yeah, I move around a lot. It's not ideal to have to sit static in the same fucking spot all day long. Maybe it would be one thing if I only did like short videos. But I don't do short videos. So here's the deal. I'm going to pause and put this lens on and let you guys see the difference again. And then I'm probably going to finish. And I think I'm actually going to upload this fucking video. And you can fucking watch it if you feel like it. So fuck you. I'll be right back. All right. And we're back. And so you can see this is 16. This is 16 mil. The lens is at its widest. And it's f3.5. So it's wide open. So this is what this lens looks like at 16 at f3.5. Let me dial it into where I actually want it. Just so I'm framed up better. And yeah, this is probably close to 24 millimeters focal length. And I'm right at f4. So yeah, so this is the look. This is what I look like. Those of you who spend time with me on Zoom calls, this is what you see generally. And those of you who don't, okay, cool. It's cool that you're here, bro. Good to see you, or whatever. Whatever, dude. But this is it. And yeah, and it's still not level, dude, because like I'm over here changing lenses and shit. The camera's not level. And it's actually not angled where I want it to be angled either. Shooting up, it's actually kind of shooting straight ahead, and it's a little tilted the other way from your perspective, horizontally. So yeah, I'm going to fix that whenever I'm done recording this little video. So the next time, which will actually be here in a couple hours, we'll be doing a reading of a book with people. So I'll actually look a little bit better. And I'm going to change my lighting a little bit. Yeah, light. Light is important, and I'm indoors. So like necessarily, I'm already like putting a constraint on the amount of light that I have access to. And then using the cameras drink light. So yeah, got my lighting. I have multiple lights around the room. And I don't love the lighting I have, but it's fucking good enough, right? Or whatever. Or something. I don't even know, dude. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing right now. What am I doing right now? I don't know, but guess what? I think I'll probably record another podcast episode here in a couple days. I actually have some things I want to talk about, like in that forum or whatever, like in that format. And hopefully I can talk to the homie Rudy, bring him back on. We'll read some more. We'll talk some more. We'll have another great conversation. Pete left a great comment saying he loves the episodes with Rudy. And that's fucking cool, Pete. Thank you. I appreciate your feedback. Still haven't read your pieces, man. It's on my list of things to do. I'll get it. I'll get there soon. But yeah, I have some shit I guess I want to get off my chest, right? And I also want to do some shit with Rudy. And of course, I have all the other things I'm working on. I have this book that I need to finish that I'll probably be done with by the end of this week. Not this week. Today's Saturday, so not this week. This coming week. And actually, I think I'll probably be done by Tuesday. And then move on to the next one that's already in the pipeline. Finish some of the things I'm writing on. Expand some of the other things I'm writing. Finish. There's always tons and tons of work to do. So yeah, I got a lot going on. Oh, you know what? I figured something out just this morning. Something that's been bugging me for a while. I realized where I've been mistaken and what I've been doing wrong. That's a good feeling. So that's cool. That might come up in the next podcast episode I record. And I think it came out of, like, I was thinking about the things that I was thinking about that made me want to record a podcast episode. And I had a little moment of clarity this morning. That feels good. So that's good. Maybe that'll come up. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'll keep it to myself, at least for now. There's maybe someone I could talk to about it with. But maybe I won't even do that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll keep it with me. But anyway, yeah. So when I stop recording this video, I am going to level my camera. I'm going to make a cup of tea. Glass of tea? Who the fuck drinks a glass of tea, dude? That's fucking dumb. I'm going to level my camera. I'm going to make a cup of tea. I'm going to upload this video for no reason. This video is fucking stupid. This video should not exist, but I'm going to upload it. I just got new internet. It's super fast. I want to see how fast uploads go. It's gigabit internet, so it's 1 gig per second, 1 gigabit per second. So it's 800 megabytes or whatever. It's not a gigabyte, it's a gigabit, but it's still fast as fuck. And I was previously paying for fast internet, but it never got that fast. The shit I have now, it's fiber, so it legitimately it goes fast as fuck. But the shit I was paying for, I was paying for a gig. I was only getting like 300 megabytes. But that was just download. Like, I never got uploads faster than like 100 megabytes. This shit I'm on now, it's like 950 down, like 950 up. It's fucking incredible. So when I'm uploading videos, like, I'm interested to see the time. Like, I've already seen it with audio files. It's like that, dude. Like, it's like nobody's fucking business. I just uploaded like a 45-minute audio file for this audiobook. And it was like bing, bang, boom, motherfucker. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That was fucking cool. Usually takes a little bit longer than that. But I want to see how long this video takes. Now, this is going to be a short video. It's half an hour. And that on my old shit, that would take several minutes to, maybe 10, 15 minutes, maybe. With this shit, I wonder how long it's going to take. I don't know. We'll have to see, dude. We'll have to fucking see. I don't know. So yeah, I think that's kind of why I want to upload this video. I should have done something. Like, I should have actually like done something worthwhile. But this is kind of like a chill video. Like, we're just chilling, dude. Like, you just came over, you're on your way somewhere else. Like, you got off work and you're like, you ran by the grocery store. You stopped by my house to say what's up because I live right by the grocery store. Now you're going to go home and make dinner or whatever, or, or something like that. You just dropped in to say what's up and see what I'm up to. And this is what I'm up to. Just bullshit. Thanks for stopping by. I think I might play more of this fucking music, dude. I like this. I actually like this song right here. Not song, but I like this part. Let's do that. Let's leave with some fucking Nance tunes, motherfuckers. This is Nance tunes, biatch. It's playing. Trust me. You'll hear it once it starts. This sounds like Refused. That part sounds like Refused. Sounds gay as fuck. I like it though. That song is called Sonic the Hedgehog Rule 34 Will Not Save the World. That's not what that song is called. All right, fuckers. Peace.